on the ball carrier, and he does. He nails him right in the breadbasket. Excellent open field tackle by Titus Kelly, a kid who's started the season as a backup, and now with the injury to Lehue, seeing all the playing time at strong safety.
Stacy to the left has the wide out, and Sharon back to throw. Rush is on, firing over the middle. Wow, he overthrew everybody down at about the 45-yard line. I think he was trying to go for big number 44 down there. And that number belongs to Chad Shelton, but he was 10 yards over everybody's head.
Good pressure by the Lebanon defense on the quarterback. Holland will retreat into punt formation and deep to receive for Lebanon. Tressler and Griffin. The wind at Holland's back as he kicks it.
So Holland, if he can get a good foot in it, has got a strong wind behind him. Here is the snap, a good one. He'll pull it down and drill it out of there. Not a good kick. Fair catch called for and made at the Lebanon 46-yard line by Joel Griffin. And Lebanon doing well, or doing a lot better on those kickoffs tonight. That's you don't want to take too much of a chance, and that one was a line drive, and the defense was right there, so a good call by Joel Griffin.
Terry, what about the yardage on that kick?
Tommy, only 27 yards with the wind at his back. Not a good kick by Coffee County. Griffin with the fair catch. Lebanon takes over in good field position at their own 46.
I think maybe Holland saw that Lebanon rush coming in. He just barely did clear the line of scrimmage of that kick, and then he gained a little height as it came downfield. Lebanon 1st and 10 at their own 46. Great field position. Double wideouts to the near side. They give it to Stafford to the far side, and he makes the 49-yard line, a gain of about 4 or 3 by Stafford, and it looked like he was going to have more, but the Red Raiders closed that hole in a hurry.
Tommy, let me answer that trivia question I gave you earlier. You have to go back to 1987. Patrick C. against Warren County rushed for 260 yards for Lebanon.
It's amazing, and it's been that long. And Lebanon being a tailback kind of football team, but to have those kind of numbers, man, that's been a long time.
Griffin 3 shy of 200. I think you said 197. Lebanon working at the 49, down the line on an option. They pitch it back to Stafford. Stafford got his own man out of the way, going to get back to the 50 and cross into Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Going to get about a yard out of what was kind of a busted play. Ran into his own man back there.
And his own man was Ryan Alds. When you run into a load like that, to make something out of the play, you've done something.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 6 now for the Blue Devils. So a big play here for the offense if they're going to keep this drive going. 8:30 to play in the football game. Lebanon leading 26-14. Blue Devils will split C to the near side. Tressler is wide left and back to throw. Firing over the middle, and he's got C. C, it turns it at the 45. He's got the first down inside the 44, 43, down to the 41-yard line. Ron C. A great curl back by Ron C. after making the catch to get the extra yardage for the first down.
What Ron C. does so well is he comes back to the quarterback to make the reception. He cuts down on the separation between the quarterback and the receiver. So he's now making the catch, and he's very quick. He turns upfield in a hurry. Terry, Damon's having a good night throwing it.
Tommy, 9 of 13 tonight, 101 yardage, and C has 7 receptions.
C and Tressler both split wide to the left now. 1st and 10 from 11 and 41. Quick opener to Griffin. Got yardage over the 40. Barrels down over the 36 to the 35-yard line. Griffin rips off 7, and that'll put him over 200 yards for the evening.
That's the first time, Terry, since when?
1987. Patrick C. with 260 against Warren County.
And nowhere else would you know those numbers except from Terry Stafford. This guy's been on these books for 10 years now, and he knows them.
2nd down 4 for the Blue Devils. Nose of the football at the Raider 35. 2 and 4 Lebanon will get as they come to the line of scrimmage. C and Tressler both now to the left or the wide side of the field as the Blue Devils move from your left to right as you listen in. And here's a handoff to Stafford. Crosses the 35. Stafford gets still on his feet, but they're going to blow this play dead. And they'll bring that back. And let's see what the call is going to be. Stafford had at least five and a first down. Illegal procedure, Lebanon. That will cost the Blue Devils 5 points. We're going to have to do something about these penalties.
Clyde, that's the 8th penalty tonight for Lebanon. 8 penalties, 100 yards.
Oh, man, it's tough to pick up yards in a high school football game. And it's as difficult as it is to come by yards, we've got to be a lot more careful with those penalties.
Blue Devils shooting themselves in the foot now. They were looking at 2nd and 4. Now they're looking at 2nd and 9. And the football, instead of being at the 35, is back at the 40-yard line. Pitt sets them down. C and Tressler both out wide. They give it to Griffin. Griffin's got 5 of them back down to the 35 in a hurry. Griffin carrying a mail, and I am really impressed tonight with the running ability of Joel Griffin and Stafford. They have both ran extremely hard tonight.
Well, Griffin has blocked well for Stafford. Brian Reeves has blocked well for Griffin when he's been back there at tailback. Griffin's picked up some yards as the fullback. You got to give credit to that offensive line. Cripps, Hicks, Bain, Nelson, Alds, Carson, the tight end. They are getting in the creases they need to pick up those yards.
Those guys don't get a lot of glory, but they're doing a lot of blocking tonight. Pitt back to throw, looks, fires to the near side. A dive and catch made by Tressler, I believe. Yes, at inside the 35 down to about the 33. The pass only good for about 2 yards, but it will bring up a 3rd and 2 situation. Are they going to flip that thing? They are. It's going to be 4th down and 2 now. And the Blue Devils may want to go for it here with a 26-14 lead. You're down there kind of in 4-down territory, Tommy.
Well, Lebanon stretching the deep. Well, Lebanon's going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 5:31 to go in the game. Lebanon leads 26-14.
Varsity football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We're here at the First Insurance Group to thank them for their support and to give them this souvenir.
I'm happy to accept this presentation on behalf of First Insurance Group.
Go Big Blue!
Breakfast tomorrow morning from 9 to 10 on FM 99. And you can hear the replay of this ball game tomorrow on WCOR AM 900 after the coach's breakfast. And don't forget the Aflac player of the game. We'll talk about that in the post game, and I would bet we've got a leading candidate right now for our Aflac player of the game, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
I would say the selection will probably be unanimous this day. Lebanon with a 4th and 2. Here is the call. Pitt going to hand it off to Griffin, the fullback. He slides outside 30, 25, 20, and knocked down. They tripped him at the 18-yard line, or Griffin may have had 6 more. He was scooting down that sideline, but it's 1st and 10 Lebanon inside the Raider 19-yard line, almost to the 18.
Griffin's going to get a break there, and John, right in front of you, Griff broke the line of scrimmage and had that first down all the way.
He had the first down, Tommy. Would have had a touchdown had not number 15, Brad Sheeran, for Coffee County, got a hand on him and pushed him out of bounds.
Lebanon inside the 19-yard line of the Red Raiders, now leading 26-14, and the Blue Devils trying to put it away here and nail one on the board. They hand it to Stafford. Stafford's got the 15. Stafford inside the 10, over the 8, down to the 7-yard line is Stafford on a great run, and the Blue Devils will have it 1st and goal from the 7.
John, we are just dominating the line of scrimmage. That offensive line is really getting it done.
You know, Pitt's had a good night at quarterback, mainly because he's had a lot of time back there to pick his receivers, Tommy. You can't say enough about that offensive line. This sideline report has been brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design. They got 10% off on Paul Mitchell products this week. Go by and see Ron and Cam, or call them at 444-1531.
You got Cripps, Hicks, Bain, Nelson, and Alls up front, along with Carson at the end. Here's the handoff to Stafford. Stafford at the 5, knocked down at the 1-yard line, and a touchdown saved by Josh Wilson.
Lebanon just overpowering Coffee County at the point of attack. Big, strong offensive front making the way as we're knocking those white jerseys several yards backwards. Stafford just a little slow getting it up, and he stays in the huddle. I think you'd have to hit him in the head with a sledgehammer to get him out of there right now. I think he wants the football, Clyde.
Reeves in at fullback. And here's the pitch to Stafford, and Stafford's touchdown, Lebanon. So Lebanon gets on the board, and the Blue Devils go up 32-14.
Flag.
Hold the horses. There's a flag down.
John down on the field, we saw the late flag. What does it look like to you?
going to have a unsportsmanlike, I believe. Tommy, we're going to wait to get the official call. That's right, one of the Coffee County players. I thought he said something to Chris Stafford on Stafford's way up, and the line judge on our side over here picked it up. That's Fred McCullum, and it's going to be after the fact, so it's going to be a dead ball foul. So I guess they'll assess it here on the extra point.
All right, Lebanon will line up for the extra point, and we'll go back down to you, John, for the call.
Okay, Clyde. Once again, Gannon in for the long snap. Pitt is your holder. Presley to kick. The Lebanon Ball Club sets their line up. Gannon's over the ball. The snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it's a line drive, and it's just over the crossbar. It is good. The score now, Lebanon 33, Coffee County 14. This extra point is brought to you by Automotive Wheel Services, featuring Bridgestone tires, the next revolution in tires.
Hello, I'm Megan Davis, a junior football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We are here with Rochelle, McCullough, and Oz to thank them for their support and present to them this Blue Devil Football Souvenir.
The law firm of Rochelle, McCullough, and Oz is proud again to be a sponsor of the Lebanon High School football team and cheerleading squad.
Go Devils!
Club's going to be tough.
What's great is there is room for improvement out there, Clyde.
Right.
We got a chance to be a lot better.
Presley will kick. White is deep. He's at his own 8-yard line. And the crowd is really into it now. Presley's kick long is going to drive White back inside the 5 to the 4, back to the 10, cuts to the near side, out to the 15, dropped to the 19. Great open field tackle by number 36 for the Blue Devils, and wearing that is Lee Wright.
Lee Wright, the senior, with the tackle on special teams. He fought through a block. White came right at him, and Lee dropped him in his tracks.
Great tackle by Lee Wright. Tommy, let's talk a little bit about this offensive line. Up front, you got Cale Cripps, Chris Hicks, Chris Bain, Kenneth Nelson, and Ryan Alls, and we've had a lot of substitutes come in there tonight, and they have done a super job.
Well, and of this bunch, nobody started on the offensive front last year, Clyde. Basically 5 rookies out there, but they have really performed well.
Raiders, Sharon going to hand it off to his tailback White, and he's going to be eaten alive back at about the 16 as Blue Devils are swarming everywhere on the defense, led by Kelly, I believe it is. Tim Kelly, the linebacker, the initial tackler, but he had a lot of help, a lot of blue shirts around him.
Lebanon slipping in a new defensive end. Jeremy Stafford goes into the football game, and out comes Elliott Carson. Lee Wright goes in. Gannon will come out. Carson has played tonight with a strained ligament in his right thumb. He's been in some pain, well, for the last 3 weeks or so, but he just won't come out of the lineup.
Raiders now looking at a 2nd and 12 after a 2-yard loss, and Sharon sets his ball club down, goes back to throw. Lebanon trying to put the pressure on. He's got his man at the 22 out